Once there was a renowned philosophy teacher who had some disciples who used to visit him for guidance and mentorship. One day, when his disciples arrived to get some wisdom from their mentor, he had set up some items on a table. An empty glass jar instantly captured the attention of every disciple in the room. There was something playful, almost mysterious about it. This wasn't going to be an ordinary session. The teacher pulled out a pile of large stones, each about the size of a fist. One by one, he carefully began placing the stones into the jar until no more could fit. Turning to students, he asked, "Is this jar full?" The students, seeing that the stones reached the top and no more could fit, confidently nodded and replied, "Yes." But to their surprise, the teacher then pulled out a bag of pebbles. He began pouring them into the jar, gently shaking it as he went. The pebbles rolled into the open spaces between the stones. Again, he turned to the students and asked, "Is the jar full now?" Some students hesitated this time, beginning to catch on to his point, but many still said, "Yes, now it's full." Smiling, the teacher reached for a bag of sand. He poured it into the jar. The tiny grains filled every remaining space between the stones and pebbles. For the third time, he asked, "Is the jar full now?" This time, the students were more cautious. "Probably not," some replied, and they were right. Finally, the mentor took out a jug of water and poured it into the jar, saturating the sand until it brimmed at the top. Only then did he say, "Now the jar is full." He looked at the class and explained, "This jar represents your life. The stones are the important things, your family, your health, your friends. These are the foundations. If everything else was lost, but these remained, your life would still be full. The pebbles are the other things that matter, your job, your house, your car. They're important, but not essential. And the sand? That's the small stuff, the little things." Then he added, "If you filled the jar with sand or pebbles first, there's no room for the stones. Life is the same. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, the daily chores, the routine, you'll never have space for what truly matters." The stones represent the core of your happiness. Quality time with loved ones, caring for your health, and pursuing your dreams. If you don't make these your priority, you may reach the end of your life only to realize you've left out what mattered most. He paused, then said with conviction, "Make sure to put the stones in first. They're your foundation, your main pillars, your family, your health, your dreams. Don't let the pebbles and the sand, those secondary tasks, take their place." At the end of your journey, it's the stones that will weigh the most in your jar of life. They define its value and its meaning. Let your life be guided by what enriches your spirit, fulfills your soul, and matters most. Everything else, it's just pebbles and sand. As he concluded, a thoughtful student raised her hand and asked, "But teacher, what about the water? Where does that fit in our lives?" The teacher smiled at his question and replied, "Ah, the water. The water shows that no matter how full life seems, there's always room for a cup of coffee or tea with a friend. No matter how busy you are, there's space for small moments of joy, relaxation, and connection." In our lives, we juggle priorities, trying to fit everything into the limited hours of the day. We get so caught up in the hustle, in the to-dos, that we forget what truly matters. So I urge you, focus on your stones first, your family, your health, your passions, your dreams. These are the parts of your life that will leave you feeling fulfilled even if everything else is stripped away. Take care of these precious stones. Make time for those you love. Nurture your well-being. Pursue your passions fearlessly. And while you're doing all that, never forget to leave room for learning, growth, and kindness. And the water, that's the unexpected, the spontaneous, the laughter you didn't plan, the coffee with a friend, the shared joy that catches you by surprise. Even when life feels full, there's always room for these. The pebbles and the sand, they'll fit in around the important stuff. They have their place, but they shouldn't consume all your time or energy. Don't let them crowd out the space meant for your stones. In the end, it's not about having a busy life packed to the edge. It's about living a meaningful one, rich in the experiences that truly matter. It's not about counting the days, but making the days count. Balance your stones, your pebbles, your sand, and your water in a way that brings you true joy.